Welcome to this pick a card reading. Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my videos. So here we have card 1, 2 or 3. These are beautiful Animal Spirit Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. So today we have some guidance from your spirit animal at the moment. So you might have chosen card 1, card 2 or card 3. Let's get started with card number 1. The Snake Spirit. It's time for you to heal. Number 55. I love number 55. It's a master number. All of us need healing at times. And when the snake spirit appears, it's time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself. It's really about taking time out for yourself and healing your vulnerable heart. So self-care and maintenance are needed at this time. And this is really about bringing back vitality back into your body, into your cells, into your heart, into your soul, into your body. So giving yourself the space to nourish your own well-being is really important for you right now. And vulnerability is really necessary in our lives, and I feel like it's been something that has been seen as weakness in the past. But, you know, in order to have friendships and partnerships and connections in life, it's important for us to be vulnerable. And we all have these tender emotions inside of us, which a lot of us have been suppressing. So it's time to just really allow yourself to feel that vulnerability within yourself. And when we have our boundaries in place, that's our protection for ourselves, our loving boundaries. Be gentle with yourself and others right now. It's time to shed the past and step into a new way of being. Because, vitality is rising in you right now. And it might be a good time to honor the work that you've done already in your life to heal and to grow and to repair any damage within yourself. And, you're such a carer, you're such a giver, and it's time for you to start putting yourself first and doing things for you first. Celebrate how far you've come and within your community as well, how far you and your loved ones have come and those that you care about on your healing journey and all that you've created in your life already. And, now's the time for you to unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports you in your wellness, your prosperity, your positive relationships, your well-being, and just open the door for more healing to occur. So no matter how much, that you may have lost in your life or how you've been disappointed, you're called by the snake spirit now to shed the past and to practice radical self-acceptance now. So only by forgiving yourself can you move on. Where can you forgive yourself? Regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. And when your tender new skin first becomes exposed, it may feel uncomfortable, but love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. This will be the most beautiful gift you can give yourself. You've been weak and been feeling weak, but now you're becoming strong and powerful and developing wisdom and self-love and putting yourself first. When we give our power away to others, it feels like a weakness inside of us. When we give them all of our attention, all of our focus, all of our power. So the snake spirit's here to remind you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a really long way. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened can really help you heal. Releasing the guilt and the shame and the doubt. And just remember, it's the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help heal others. As a healer and as healers, it's really our responsibility to heal ourselves first, and to take the responsibility for our role. It takes two. So whatever our role has been, or whatever it's there to show us, every shadow has a gift. It's time for us to love the shadow, love the part of us that went through this and that acted that way, and to walk to the light, to walk through it, to accept it, to love ourselves anyway, and to move forward on this journey at this beautiful time on the planet. Now, if you chose card number 2, we have the Rhino Spirit, which is overcome any obstacle. We always have a choice to press ahead, and the Rhino Spirit's strength offers you the power to break through stubborn obstacles. And this animal spirit knows that there's more than one way to open a path to what you seek. And when the Rhino Spirit appears, you're reminded that you have the ability, the marvelous ability, to overcome obstacles in so many different ways. You can go around them, you can shatter them with the force of clear, deliberate intention, or you can even transform them into clouds and drift away. You can go through them with courage, And when we refuse to allow them to limit us, it gives us the power. So the Rhino is asking you to apply your Rhino Spirit with creativity and just knowing that no obstacle can stand in your way, because you have the magic. You are the magic. And in many ways, the Rhino Spirit is here to remind you of this. And your power is amazing right now, and it's time for you to step up and to use the Rhino Spirit, which is really giving you that courage and that knowing. So the Rhino Spirit also wants to remind you that when an obstacle appears and it's appearing to prevent you from getting what you desire, it means that something either much better is coming or it's not coming just yet. So to keep the faith. Keep that in mind when, you're considering the nature of the obstacle in front of you now. Great Spirit loves you so much and only wants the best for you. So the appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers you a choice. You can barrel into it and bang your head, or you can find the easiest way around it and not fight it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Are you stubbornly insisting that there's only one way to remove it from your path? The Rhino Spirit's here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no. And then sometimes the answer is no, not yet. And sometimes it's no, not that way. Not the way you think it should be. So I'd also ask you to ask yourself, is this a desire that I have from my heart and my spirit? Or is this a desire I have in order to fix something in my life? Is this a true heart's desire? And just be open to new possibilities. Ask Spirit to help you with this, to show you the way. And you'll find other options begin to appear for you. Not every conflict is worth engaging in, and not every obstacle is worth resisting head on. So don't waste your energy banging your head against the wall. So where in your life are there obstacles that you can really look at with new eyes, with fresh energy? You can see there's a crown on the rhino's horn. Where can you put that crown on your head? Where can you take your power back? And you can see that there's this beautiful flowers around the rhino's head. And there's even wings there that are coming out. So this is all about you softening into the obstacles, not being rigid. Not being rigid in your view of them, not being rigid in being stubborn as well, Spirit's saying. being able to spread your wings and fly and see things differently. Sometimes your obstacles just need to be loved, to be looked at and to be loved. Seen through different eyes, seen with gratitude. Maybe they're there to steer you in a different direction. You know, if it's to do with love, maybe they're there to protect you. It's time to look at things from a different perspective, with different goggles, with different eyes, and see your obstacles as your greatest gift. What are the obstacles trying to show you? What is Spirit trying to tell you and show you? Now, if you chose card number 3, we have the Armadillo Spirit. This is all about you setting healthy boundaries. Are you an overgiver? Is it time for you to set some healthy boundaries for yourself? Learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of this Armadillo Spirit. You're entering a phase of your life now where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that, you need to learn where you end and where others begin. What is yours to own and what is not yours. This is really important discernment. Know your limits and understand that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Always put yourself first. Always ask, how does this feel in my body? Is this a yes or is this a no? Always put yourself first. Armadillo Spirit's here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. We're so programmed to be nice, to be good, to be nice to others. Don't be mean. This is all about you being clear on what you're agreeing to. Declare what your needs are and say no as a full sentence. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to explain why you're saying no. You can even say no, thank you. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself, and you actually show others how they can then be treated as well. So you're actually, like a child does what their parents does, not what their parents says. You're showing by example. You're leading by example. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. The Armadillo Spirit gives you and guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what doesn't belong to you. This is really a time to let go of the old programming and step into your new life, the new you. And this is a tricky time as, you might find yourself enmeshed with others and overly concerned, especially family members, of how they'll take it if you say no or express how you really feel. And there's a difference between saying how you feel in a way that is manipulative or mean. But when we come from a place of love and purity and a pure heart, and of a place of, no, this doesn't feel good for me right now, thank you. Do you feel anxious saying no to someone? And so it's time for you to practice. Practice. Think of the times when, people have asked you to do something or go somewhere and you haven't wanted to. Practice now. What would you say now to them? It's time to stop capitulating to just doing things that you don't want to do. And even knowing the outcome won't be good for you, sometimes you've been saying yes. So this is really a time to conserve your energy and to put yourself first so that you can give to others more. And there are people out there that will just take and take. It's time to stand up and say no. Do you feel like it's your job to stop someone from facing their challenges? So instead, you might take on their responsibilities, rescuing them, instead of giving them the freedom to learn the lesson their way. We take people's power away when we try to rescue them. It's quite controlling when you think about it. And the message that we give them, the signal that we give them, is that they're not strong enough to handle it. So we step in so that we can take over and help them. We actually put them below us when we do this in our energy. So perhaps you feel that, if they only knew how much you cared, they would change and then all would be well. This is, a lot of the energy that I used to feel in relationships. I just wanted to help them. And this was a very mothering energy, which is controlling. And the armadillo spirit asks you to be honest with yourself and others, no matter how difficult that might feel or might be, or how much you might fear losing someone or something. It's time to face your fear and tell the truth and set your boundaries so that your life can change. You'll be amazed at the miracles that can happen when you let this armadillo spirit protect you from taking on too much. Becoming that people pleaser and losing your integrity along the way. Being nice. When we actually are being nice to others and not putting ourselves first and doing things that we don't want to do, we're really not being nice to ourselves. And another message of protection from the armadillo spirit is to relax. Live and let live. If you or someone else is being defensive, you're called to step back and just trust in Spirit's plan. Trust in the magic of life. Trust in what you are creating in your life now, what you're being called to create in your life.